Okay, fantastic. Now I'm joined by a lead singer of a band called Southpaw, and we have Christine on my show joining me for a chat about her music. Welcome to my show, Christine.
Thanks so much for having me, Dan.
Yeah, it's great to have you on board. How are we doing today?
I'm doing great. It's chilly here in the U.S. I'm in New Jersey. What's it like there?
Yeah, same. It's nights drawing in, and the temperature is slowly getting towards zero. So yeah, it's that time of year. Yes.
That's way colder.
yeah, sure. So, Southpaw, you said you're based in New Jersey. Is that on the east side, is it?
Yes, East Coast. I'm very close to New York City.
Very nice. And how are you finding the gigging scene at the moment, performing?
So we are gigging quite a lot this year, much more than last year. Everything has kind of ramped up for us, which is a blessing and a curse, right? We're very busy, but we love performing. And that's how we started. We started as a band that just performed before we recorded music for albums. So that's what we love. We love being on stage together.
Fantastic. And would you like to just introduce who's in Southpaw?
So I'm the lead singer, Christine Rattleman, and then my other two bandmates are Sean Garnhart and Colin. I almost said Colin Rattleman. Oh my goodness. And Colin McConnell. So we're a trio, country trio based out of New Jersey.
Fantastic. And Southpaw, how did you come up with that name?
First of all, we just like the way it sounds. And it's kind of a nod to boxing. And two of my bandmates are from the Philly, Pennsylvania area. And then it also harkens to Southern Appalachia. We also like to think of it as a metaphor that we are sort of this switch position band in country music. People don't expect a band from New Jersey to be prominent in country music, but we're like delivering a left hook to country music with it.
So as you say, country music, is that your forte?
Yes, that's what I've been singing my whole career, even when I was in cover bands. I've always been singing country. It's actually very popular in New Jersey. And besides that, I love it, and it's a really fun genre to sing, and an even more fun genre to write in.
What was the feeling like when you heard country music for the first time?
Oh, well, so it was more like Southern rock that I heard for the first time growing up, because my dad was a huge Alabama fan, and so I grew up loving more of that country rock sound, and you'll see a lot of those influences in Southpaw's music. There's a lot of Southern rock slant to our tunes.
Am I right? Like the bands like the Eagles, they were like soft rock and country music. Were they inspirational for you as well?
Yes. I saw them in concert several times. Once with my parents. We love the Eagles, and we've been thinking about doing a cover of one of their songs because the harmonies are so tight with the Eagles, and I think we would have a lot of fun with that.
And you also got several singles out at the moment. One's called Whiskey and Whine.
Yes.
How did you come up with that track?
Well, Colin came up with the brilliant turn of phrase, whiskey and wine. That's WHINE, as in whining after a long night of imbibing on whiskey. And it's just a really clever, flirty song about drinking too much and flirting and what results of that. And that song, too, has a lot of rock elements in it.
And of course, another submission you sent to me is called 3 More Hours. That's an interesting song title.
That is inspired by a girls' trip I took to Nashville, where we only had 3 hours before we had to catch our plane. And the amount of craziness and fun that we packed into 3 hours has become something of legend in my circle of girlfriends, and that's what inspired the lyrics to that song. 3 more hours on Broadway in Nashville. What are you going to do with it? Yeah.
Did you have enough time to take some pictures in the 3 hours and videos?
Oh, yes. Some of them have been revealed to the public. Some of them have not.
Brilliant. Great inspiration to write a song, though. Good backstory, that is.
Yeah.
Cool. You've also won some awards as well, accolades. How does that feel to be recognised?
Listen, I'm not going to lie. You never expect to win, but if you do win, it sure is a great feeling, especially to be recognized for our songwriting. We won a songwriting award for a track called Your Name that I'm really proud of. And we won Country Band of the Year at the Josie Music Awards in Nashville. And that was really validating for this Jersey girl to win that.
And so what's it like heading to 2024? Well, where's the time going? But is 2024 going to be an action-packed year for you?
Yes, Dan, we have a new album coming out, I believe in March. We have a new single coming out before then. So the next few months are just insane for us. Finishing up all the tracks on that album, releasing the single and the album, and then touring after that to promote it.
I've always wanted to ask, like, musicians as well, what do they like to do outside of their when they get free time? What do they like to do when they're not gigging or working? People
are always very surprised to hear that my favorite hobby is fishing. So if I could fish 365 days a year, I would. I've got worms in my fridge right now. That's my favorite way to relax. And actually, I just bought a property on the water, so I'll be able to fish every day, at least in the summer.
What's been your proudest catch so far?
Oh, gosh. So the proudest catch was I took what's called a party boat. I don't know why that's what we called it. It was a nighttime fishing boat, fishing for bluefish. And I was one of only 2 women on the whole boat. It was all men, all these big burly men. And they had a contest for who caught the biggest fish. So I end up catching something. It goes from the ground all the way up to my rib cage, this huge monster. I'm dripping sweat, reeling that sucker in. And as we went around the boat measuring who had the biggest fish, all the guys were really annoyed that I had the biggest one. And they said, "Oh, beginner's luck. Beginner's luck." And luckily my dad was there with me and he said, "Nope, she catches this stuff all the time."
Could that be another good reason to write a song? It's got a good kind of...
Yeah, there is a line about fishing pier in my song, Your Name. So I snuck it in there, but I'd love to do it another time.
Brilliant. Well, what would you say to your followers and your fans in this interview?
I would say that I think the UK listeners and listeners elsewhere are going to love Southpaw's East Coast country, is what I call it. It's a certain thing. It's hard to explain, but when you hear our music, I think you'll know what it is and you're going to fall in love.
And you're all on the social media platforms as well, because that's where I discovered you.
Yes. Yes, I'm all over that, Dan. We are Southpaw City on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm trying to ramp up. Pretty much any platform you can find us as Southpaw City, and then our website is southpawcity.com.
Well, thanks very much for taking your time to chat to me today on my show. I'm going to whack on one of your tracks for my listeners to experience Southpaw in all of its glory.
Yay!
Would you like to just introduce it on? We'll go with 3 more hours. Why not?
Oh, great. So now get ready to party in Nashville, everybody, because that's what this song is going to make you do.
Thank you very much, Christine, for your time. Really great chatting with you with such enthusiasm and passion about this industry as well. Keep on rocking the country.
Thanks so much, Dan.
It's been a blast.